So, remember that time I was on Tubbo's stream?
Counterpoint, who needs the environment anyway?
Yeah, let's talk about that one. So for context, the day this all went down was busy. It happened on the same day as the 24-hour SMP, which was an amazing charity event that I had the opportunity to be a part of. That itself was a lot of fun, but by the time that Tubbo went live, I had been streaming for a total of 12 hours with a break for sleep. Come on, coffee, come on, coffee, come on, coffee. As someone with very low stream stamina, I was running on coffee and pure vibes. Still, when I heard that Tubbo was letting viewers on his stream, I couldn't just pass up on that. For the last half hour or so of my 24-hour SMP stream, I was watching Tubbo's stream while trying to keep commentating.
No, me and Tubbo are apparently gonna try, but I kinda gotta finish this. How bad would it be to leave now?
And as soon as the event ended, I quickly apologised and dipped. Was this the best social decision? Probably not. Did it work out? Yeah. Immediately after ending stream, I joined a VC with my friends Tubbo, who I'm going to be calling Tommy for simplicity's sake here, and Bennett. Tommy in particular had been messaging me updates on the Tubbo stream while I was still live and only half paying attention, mainly because Tommy and I co-host frequent community events on Tubnet under the name Lightstrike Summit. We've worked our way up to being at least somewhat recognised in the Tubnet community, so for one of us to get on Tubbo's stream would have been a big deal. No pressure, of course. So when Tubbo opened up Guest Star, I clicked to join as quickly as I could. I never expected to actually get on, of course. Hundreds of people were probably doing the exact same thing as me, pressing the exact same button. I was mainly doing it so that I wouldn't be stuck wondering forever what would have happened if I did. Then I got a Twitch notification. I think my exact words were, wait, guess I think I got in. I was tempted to stay in the voice call and leave Tommy and Bennett in my ears, but I ended up hanging up to make my head clearer. Clearer, of course, being relative, given that I was running on pure vibes, as previously mentioned. So, tired and shaking like crazy, I clicked the join stream button as a guest star. And I needed to switch browser. I think that is the fastest I've ever opened Chrome, honestly. Regardless, I was in the waiting room before I knew it. I didn't have time to plan or script or anything like that, so I just adjusted my camera and tried to calm down. It didn't work, but at least my camera turned out okay. And then, not entirely aware of what was happening, I found myself on Tubbo's stream.
Oh, that worked.
Oh,
okay. Hi.
Hey.
So you guys are going to debate.
Okay. Alright.
You'll have 3 minutes to debate. So who wants to be team trains and who wants to be team planes?
I don't even know.
Okay, so this happened to fall at the exact same time as the height of my plane obsession, in which I watched numerous videos about analysing plane crashes, essentially. Trust me, they're interesting, I swear.
What the topic is. Oh yeah, of course.
I've watched too many
I hate
plane crash
planes.
videos for this.
I hate planes, so.
You hate planes?
I'm afraid
This
of
works
flying.
perfectly.
Fair.
Okay, so wait. So Grace, your team planes.
Yes.
And
I'm.
and your tree. How do I pronounce your name? Sorry, PK.
It's PKP Uni. but you
PKP
can say
Uni.
PK, It's fine.
Your team trains. Right?
I'm team.
Okay, just look at my hands in this part. I kept them on camera just because I find it really funny, the sheer amount that I was shaking.
Trains.
Your team trains. Okay, cool.
Okay.
This is. I am so sorry. Would you like to introduce yourself, both of you, before we get into it?
Alright. Okay, well, I'm Olivia Grace. I use any pronouns. I have a hat. I just got off a 7-hour stream, so I'm dying inside. And yeah.
And you see here, guys, was my fatal mistake. I forgot to mention Lightstrike Summit.
And what makes you love planes so much you're willing to debate it here today?
Because I am very into plane crash videos.
That surely would that not be a reason to be on Team Trains?
Oh.
I have discussed plane crashes with people the day before they were getting on planes before.
Oh,
so...
I do that all the time.
Rude.
I do that all the time. All right, and now PK Puny?
PKP Uni.
Can I
but
just-
PK is fine.
PKP
Or Link,
Uni.
that's my IRL name.
Ah,
Might be easier
awesome.
to.
PKP. Can I call you PKP? Is that all right?
Yeah. that's
PKP,
totally fine.
introduce yourself, King.
Okay, hi.
You can see me typing for a second here. These are the messages that I was replying to.
Name's PKP Uni. That IRL name is Link. Pronouns are he, they. This is my ferret. I brought him for emotional support because of.
The moment that the ferret came on camera, I knew that I had lost. And so I decided to be, as the kids say, a little silly.
I'm very nervous. His name is Jim. The other ferret is in a cage sleeping.
That is so cute. What the hell?
So yeah. Might be stealing the attention a little bit. I'm sorry.
That's all
I
right.
need it for emotional support. For streams, I do a lot of variety things, a lot of Minecraft on my SMP or my friends' SMPs. I do cosplay, as you might be able to see in the
cool.
background. And I play a lot of Zelda as well. My name is Link.
Okay, you ready? Your time starts now.
Alright, so planes. They're a pretty efficient way of transport, am I right?
Well, it depends on where you're going. If you're traveling a lot in the country, for example, then trains are more efficient and safer, in my opinion.
But you see, planes are actually just incredibly safe. And despite the amount of plane crash videos I've watched, they're incredibly rare to the point where you can make videos about all of the plane crashes. Whereas trains, on the other hand, I don't know enough about train crashes to say how many of them crash, but like, it can't be less than planes.
There was actually a big train derailment, I think, in one of the US states recently.
I know so much about the Ohio oil spill. My brother's girlfriend is from Ohio. I could have.
And it leaked some chemicals used to create plastic.
Exactly.
Well, I think it all comes down to, like, if something goes wrong, planes are almost always deadly. Whereas if something goes wrong in the train, you're more likely to survive it.
True, but if you calculate the odds, which I'm not gonna do, I haven't taken a math class in years, but it does work out better for planes. Source, trust me. Yeah.
Source, trust
Sources trust me, bro.
I do a lot of traveling by train, so source trust me. Nothing has ever go wrong when
True,
travel
but I've
on
traveled
trains.
on a lot of planes in my day, so...
I do have to admit, I've been on a trains a lot more times than planes, and I've only ever been in one plane issue, and I've never had a train issue.
True, but just to use personal experience here, my brother can get home from Ireland to the UK a lot faster and a lot cheaper than I can get on a train from Brighton to York. So just putting that out there.
That is true.
It's a lot cheaper and a lot faster, even with airport security.
But have you considered Oyster cards?
True. But even with them, it is still very expensive these days.
All right.
I will give that point to you. That's
all right.
why I almost
case-
would have been flying to Paris.
I want to move on to the second topic of debate about these two methods of transport. Let's talk about the environment for a second. And the environmental impact.
See, this is where I've had a lot of topic on debate already, because I'm an English advanced course A-level class, and we did an entire half year just debating about this. Well, not debating, but like discussing this. And yeah, planes are one of the most like CO2 sources or like emission sources in general. So they're not at all environmentally friendly. and it's very hard to change that.
Counterpoint, who needs the environment anyway?
1 year.
Look,
Yuki.
just because we...
Yeah, I think this was either my highest moment in my entire life or my lowest. That's up to your interpretation.
Look, just because people might not be caring about the environment still doesn't mean that we...
I mean, when was the last time you saw the environment? I haven't left my room in a long time.
No, that's a valid point.
I did yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Outside
Okay.
to get
Fair,
snacks
fair,
for my exam
fair.
tomorrow.
All right. On to my third point of discussion for this topic. Capacity. Capacity and accessibility.
Well. Accessibility-wise, let me tell you, trains get cancelled a lot, and I do not like that.
Listen, I'm from Germany. I can't argue against that.
King?
The point that I was trying to make here is just that I really hate airports.
That is true. German trains.
Yeah.
Never. That is true. On the other hand, planes require a lot of time. Like, you need to get there, like, what, 3 hours beforehand?
True. But again, I have to bring up my point of my journey taking a lot more time than my brother's journey on a plane when it's about the same distance.
Yeah.
What about capacity, though? What are we talking about capacity-wise? Like, the amount of people they can move per hour, like...
Well, it depends if we're factoring in distance, because planes can definitely get you further.
Trains can get you further, but I think there's also less... Okay, this is not any point that I can prove, but I'm pretty sure trains, like... Because there's multiple, like, wagons and coaches, I think less people fit in a plane than in a train. Plus, you can get more people on a train than there are seats, because you can
because
just sit on the floor
stand.
or stand. Plus, trains can also be used for short distance. Like, for example, if I were to want to go to Berlin, which I do very frequently, I take a train. So you can also short distance. So I think trains in that point are more efficient and more often used than planes.
But counterpoint, planes are fun.
No. As a person with a fear of flying, they are not.
Okay,
I've been on a plane twice.
Your time's
I've
up.
been on a plane twice, and I had no fun at all.
That's time.
Fair.
I gave you guys 6 minutes because I was enjoying the planes versus trains discussion. I appreciate you guys, for people who had no idea you were going to be doing this, coming on and actually going for it. That was awesome. I'm now going to let the chat vote to see who won the debate. My favorite thing was counterpoint. Who cares about the environment?
Interesting.
I think that's a high point for me, honestly.
That was definitely a dub in the planes department. All right, Mods, can we get a poll for who won?
For reference, I did, in fact, lose the poll. But who really won here? It's been 2 months since that stream, and I'm still not entirely sure I've processed it. To think I was there on the stream with one of my favourite creators in front of 4,000 people is genuinely insane. I was terrified, but it was one of the wildest and most exhilarating experiences of my life so far. Afterwards, I got back into VC and freaked out for a while with Tommy and Bennett. Both of them were proud of me, though of course they found it funny that I forgot to mention LSS. I dipped pretty soon though, and found myself just kind of sitting there in my dorm room trying to figure out if I was dreaming or not. After a while, one of my beloved IRLs, Liza, decided, correctly, that I needed walkies. Like the goddess that she is, Liza took me on a few laps of Aracom and listened to me rehash the conversation 1,000,000 times over and play the clip 25 times. And by the time I got home, the adrenaline had officially worn off and I pretty much passed out immediately. That day was an incredible experience and I still can't really believe it actually happened. I got a lot of new viewers from it and it boosted my confidence by miles just to see people in Tubbo's chat laughing at my jokes. Needless to say, as terrifying as it was, I wouldn't change a thing. Except maybe mentioning light strikes on it. And Tubbo, if you ever want more free content, I'm always down for round 2.